Coffee with a Coastie is brought to you by On the Coast Publications, the publishing house for On the Coast families and On the Coast over 55 community magazines on the central coast of New South Wales.
Okay, here we go. It's ready.
Can I ask before? Do you have any pointers, mate? I've never done this before.
No, just whatever questions.
Put them on your head.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh no, mate.
Oh, no.
Put them on your head and talk into the microphone. There you go. Done. Solved.
Oh, it's easy.
I should have seen that coming. I've listened to enough of this.
I've got any pointers, put them on your head. This is what I got to work with. This is what I got to work with.
Oh, it sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, we've watched a few videos that it does look like a lot of fun.
Mm.
Oh, except he set me up for a fight with Paul Gallen today.
Oh, no, what happened? We spoke
I
with Paul.
missed it. We were listening this morning too.
Oh, mate.
We spoke with Paul Gallen, and of course he played, 24 games with New South Wales. And all I said was, and Palmer's a Blue Boys, and I said to Paul Gallen, I said, because he lost his last fight, Paul Gallen lost his last fight, and I said, Rob Palmer, my mate who I work with, reckons you couldn't bruise a grape. And he went, blah, blah, blah.
I'll give you a 20-punch start. I went, where would you like to meet up for that, Paul?
And then I said at the end, oh, by the way, Rob Palmer said he'd do you in the first.
Oh, goodness.
Poor Rob. Sorry about that, mate.
He gets fired up too.
You wouldn't. The last one you would, when he on the receiving end of a punch, would be Gal.
Geez, you wouldn't want to run in the back of his car, would you?
No. Jeez, he's a big lad.
Sorry,
Alley
Mr.
somewhere.
Gallen.
Holy, he's an enforcer, that bloke. Jeez, sorry about that, mate.
So did you line it up? No.
Do it for charity. Do it for charity.
Yeah, funny. You guys are funny.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you. All right. So, hi and welcome. This is Tansy and Luke from On the Coast Over 55 magazine. This is our first in-person interview for Coffee with a Coastie. And today, we're with none other than Paddy and Rob Palmer from the Coast-owned 107.7 Triple M Breakfast. Welcome, guys.
Lukey, thank you. Tansy, well done.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll kick off the first question here. Is for you, Rob.
Righto. Yep, fire away.
Right. How did you end up presenting after spending many years on the TV as a chippy?
Well, how do I...
End up on the radio.
Going from TV to radio. I
to
guess,
radio,
well, I
mate.
finished telly and, the door shut on that. And I still did a little bit, but not a lot. And I had enough a bit of time on the side. When I finished Better Homes and Gardens for 15 years, I spent about a year with my family because we just had a baby. And it was a really perfect time. But it also gave me a little bit of time to explore other avenues. And so I went down to Triple M in Sydney and they had this thing called it's like a breeding ground for radio training kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so we'd go in there, it was just Triple M Modern Digital, and they just did 2 hours once a month. You'd go in there and just sit down with someone. Mel Couts I was doing it with. She was a nice co-host. And so we just shoot the breeze and have a chat. And it was all good fun. And they taught you a few bits and pieces about how to tell a story short. Because, you could talk for hours otherwise. So he still tells me I ask the longest questions in the world. Paddy Gerard does.
I do write that out. I said, that is the longest question in the world, and I hold it up to him.
So anyway, I tried to make things a bit shorter. And then one day the phone rang. It was someone from the Central Coast and Pete Yaramalis, Yamo, and he said, do you want to come up and join the breakfast team up here? We're trying out for a new breakfast host because someone had left. And before I knew it, I was here in the mornings every day and I've loved it ever since.
Cool.
It's really good.
That's
Great story.
Awesome. So, Paddy, you bring a wealth of experience and knowledge to radio. What was the first piece?
I knew he'd laugh. He would laugh.
Some things are funny.
Genuine with that. I was absolutely genuine. But what was the first piece of advice that you gave Rob when he started?
Well, leave your ego at the door.
Okay.
And you know what? And it hasn't worked. No, I don't know. We didn't have, and this is true, there's no advice. We just came in there. One day in the studio we're in now, we came in and I think we'd met once or twice, maybe, and we came in here and we did this, it wasn't sort of a demo. We did something in this studio.
Well,
what
had happened, because I was working with Mandy Coolin and she was off work for a couple of days and we needed someone to run the panel because I have got no idea how that desk works. It's a
Hopeless.
I also did
in
not.
the London Times, that's how they describe it. Hopeless.
I did not spill coffee over it and destroy it either, did
that
I,
was
Paddy
once.
Gerard?
That was once.
Yeah. Anyway, so he came in to run the desk whilst Mandy was away, and then later on in the year, once Triple M became Triple M, we ended up in the same room.
Yeah, and we came in here for some unknown reason, and I walked away and went, oh my God, it was just, we just clicked. I don't know what it was, but I'm there. Oh, I hate to say it, I could work with that bloke. And
He was sweating a lot and tried to hug me.
no, but sometimes you don't know, and you just go. I walked away going, that was really, really bloody good. And then they rang one day and said, listen, do you want to do come back and do breakfast? I said, yes, I would love to. And I said, who with? And they said, Rob Palmer. That's when I cried.
Yeah, disappointment.
That's when I cried. No, and so that's how. So no advice. I do give him advice now, like when it comes to the world's longest question.
Like lift your game.
Like lift your game, pal.
Yeah.
No. It was all about his ego, but that hasn't changed.
Yeah.
You're okay.
And that was the world's longest answer.
Yeah.
It was. Paddy was getting it out. It was the world's longest answer. So that sort of answers the next question, actually. What did you think when you were both found out you were going to be working together? And did you know each other's previous work? Yeah.
I knew I liked Paddy because we'd spent a couple of days together and we just laughed.
Yeah.
I knew he was hopeless on caffeine because I made him, the first time we got together, I said, mate, do you want a coffee? Because I knew how to use the coffee machine and he didn't because he hadn't been in the building for a while. Anyway, so I went up there, I made him a coffee, and I tell you, could stand a spoon up in this thing, and I gave it to him. He drank it. And he said he didn't sleep for 3 days.
3 days, truly. Because I don't drink full-strength coffee.
No, he has decaf.
I have decaf.
I don't drink coffee either.
Yeah, and holy gee, it was 3 days, and I went, bloody hell. And from there, no, but that was just one of the many things throughout the time. But it's been fun the whole way along. It's just been an absolute ball. We've had
I think we realised that there's no rule book for stuff sometimes, and we don't have one. So we talk to each other like a couple of mates. Yeah. We hang a bit on each other. We also support each other if we really need to, and it's kind of works.
Yeah, and the thing is you don't get offended. That's the thing when we say a lot of it. You can't get offended. Honestly, you can't get offended. And if you do get offended, don't be in the game, honestly.
Yeah,
seriously.
He's right. You do need to leave your ego at the door. He gives me heaps of rubbish about it, but you do have to. And, just be at the barbecue, I guess. We have a barbie every morning and everyone's invited. And the more people that join us, the more fun it is.
Yeah.
Wow, every morning.
Every morning.
Well,
not
literally.
Metaphorically.
I think that's an early breakfast.
Because that's
we're there.
Yes, and that's what we think. It's like, yes, a couple of mates having a chat, and that's what it should be.
Yeah.
And if people say, and they've said to us, gee, it just sounds like you guys are at a pub or a barbie having a chat, but that's what you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that people can call on the phone on 12353 or, go online or whatever and get in it that way.
Yeah.
So, and we do rely so heavily on our listeners to contribute because that's where we get the best stories. You do. Hey, mate.
Oh, they make us laugh.
Oh, yeah, they really do. It's without them, holy geez, would be nothing. I tell you what.
Well, I mean, both your previous radio partners were females. Now that it's two blokes, how's the dynamic changed? Like I think you just said, it's like the two of you just having a chat at the pub.
Yeah, I probably, if you sit in a room and have a chat with your brother, it's different to the chat you might sit down and have with your sister, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, good explanation.
But you can be very close friends.
Yep.
But when it's the same gender, there's certain conversations that come up, I guess, more readily and more easily than if it were two girls if it were a guy and a girl.
Yep.
So two girls would have different conversations to a guy and a girl as to two blokes.
But what we look at, you try and look at local issues, national issues, international issues. And so whoever we had on air, you'd be talking with that person about that. And a lot of times we're talking and conversing about what we do at home with the kids and all that sort of stuff, or our wives.
Well, they were the chats that I was talking about. The chats that have to do with local stuff, I guess it's the same sort of thing because you both have an understanding or an opinion on something and you deliver that. And quite often our opinions are different.
Oh, well, we don't agree on anything. Seriously, we don't agree on
Are you
anything.
sure you're not married?
Oh, more surprising.
He'd be blessed. That would be the second person on the coast who would be blessed if I had to marry Rob.
Please.
Oh yeah, well, Rob, when you started, you said it'd be a privilege. It's a privilege to be on radio and be part of people's breakfast and be in their morning. Before you were on radio, who was part of your morning, and what made you say that, and what made you feel that that's such a privilege?
Before I did radio, I guess the first person I remember listening to on radio was Uncle Doug and Triple M.
That was Murray.
Uncle
goodness.
Doug was just. He was the business, and everything that guy touched, I would laugh at. I just sort of felt like I was going along for a ride on the way to work, and I like to get away from all the serious stuff and all the down stuff because there's so much you can get upset with. Oh. And if you spent an hour in your car on your way to your job listening to, that's why I just don't. I prefer stuff that lets me get away from it. Yep. And I suppose that's a guideline for us is that we try not to be too serious, but we also touch on serious stuff if we feel we need to. And if something's really deeply personal to us, we can bring it to radio. And that's a real privilege to have that platform because you can share something that's concerning to you. But also at the same time, 10 minutes later, we can be laughing our skins off about something completely stupid. So
light and shade. That's what it is.
Yeah. It is a privilege to be in people's mornings and they choose to have you or they choose not to. So, and we understand that. We just bring ourselves and if you like us, come with us. And if you don't, we'll do what you want to do. It's it's not offensive to us.
Yeah. Well, Paddy, you've had a stellar career on air. What made you want to get into radio and who did you idolise growing up?
Well, once again, as Rob just said, Uncle Doug Mulray, because we were in Queensland, but we used to get his audio sent of what he used to do. So you could just go, oh, man, this man is great. But also back when I was in Brisbane, it was Wayne Roberts. He was on 4BC. And it was Pooh and Flat. And they used to do the breakfast show on 4BC. And I saw him one day. We were at this awards night, and I saw Wayne Roberts. And he was the reason I wanted to get into radio. I thought, gee, I love what he did. And I saw him at this awards night. I think we were in Adelaide. And I went up and said hello. And like in the game, you do sort of know everyone indirectly. And it was so good just to have a chat to him. And I said, mate, you were the reason that I got into the game. And he said to me, you're the third person tonight who has said that. And then we even get that sometimes now. Young guys come along and say, how to get into radio, blah, blah, blah. So it's great to see these people, come along, like what you do and say, this is the career I want to choose. But I initially wanted to get into sport. So I really like sport. And so I went and did a radio course, but really focused on sport.
I was going to say that you weren't fit enough.
That is true. That is true.
He's actually quite the player in his day. He would never tell anyone, but he was very handy on the football field, Paddy Gerard.
So I really liked the sport. And then I went in, my first station was Mount Isa doing sport and on air. And then one day the guy, the manager said, listen, would you like to come and do breakfast after about 6 months? I said, yeah. And I've never done sports since. But geez, we talk about it a lot, which is really good.
You do.
Yeah, we do. You have to.
Mate. Well,
Very
Rob,
good.
your previous radio host, Mandy Coolan, she mentioned that you were going to be fixing her deck when you started with her. Paddy mentioned he was going to be fixing his cupboards. How did both those jobs go?
Still pending.
Waiting for the quote to be approved.
That's right.
He reckons,
Can't get materials, guys.
Yeah, he reckons can't
They
get
have gone
materials,
up.
and the price of materials have gone up so much in the last year, you couldn't afford it. So that's how my cupboards went, and Mandy's deck
Hey,
went.
listen, I loaned you a Kanga
I
about
did
6
too.
months ago.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
borrowed a jackhammer from me to take up some tiles. He still got it. I was looking for it in my house the other day, and I went, where is my bloody... And, Gerard!
And he rang me yesterday and said, "Can you bring it in today?" And you know what?
You forgot.
I forgot. I'm sorry, mate. I'll bring it in tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I
in other
got
words-
I got reasonable rates for it though.
Yeah.
And the cupboards still don't close.
The covers still don't close, Luke. Absolutely not.
So you guys look like you had an absolute ball playing roomies at the Crown Plaza life swap.
Yeah.
Well, looks aren't everything.
He was honoured. He was honoured.
What was the most memorable moment for each of you from that whole experience?
Oh, waxing his chest.
Hang on, we didn't do that video.
I know.
But did that not come up?
That was the After Dark video that went on SBS.
Yes, that's right. That's right. I pretended to be room service.
No.
You just lay there.
No, it was really good. But behind the scenes, that took a long time. It was big. They were big days filming that. It was huge, wasn't it?
It was good fun though.
Yeah, it was a lot
really
of fun.
good fun.
It was really good. It was nice staying down at Crown Plaza. We loved staying there at Tower Eagle.
You could have kept your side of the room a little more tidy.
Yes,
than you did.
exactly. But we found out a lot more about each other. That's for sure. Too much, actually. in some instances. No, but it was fun.
And did you, Rob? Did you have to look across Paddy for the view the whole time, or did you end up switching beds?
No, I spent a lot of time in the restaurant.
He was never there. Yeah, Lord Ashley, that's where you could find him. Yeah, exactly.
Oh goodness. Hey, Paddy, we worked out that golf isn't your thing,
No.
and Rob, you went to the gym, but Rob's still sort of the old battle ropes.
No,
Oh,
you know
there
what?
you go.
Actually,
There you
I'll take off my jumper now. What I did feel sorry for him,
Here we go.
and I let him win.
Oh,
I did.
please.
Look, I really, really did. I let him win.
I've never seen a man so close to throwing up.
Honestly, because he has a rowing machine at home and I don't. And they said you were on the rowing machine, and I seriously was so sick. It was not funny. And
He went like he was rowing to save his children for the first 150 metres, and then hit the wall. I've never seen anyone hit the wall before.
Oh, I tell you what. Yeah, I'm not much. I'm more of a sprinter than long distance.
Yeah, that's right.
So
I found out.
So did you end up finding anything where there's more of an even playing field?
I was still looking for something that Paddy's good at.
a lot of it was edited out in that clip.
Oh, of course it was.
But I wanted to make him, sort of feel good about himself.
Yeah,
So
thanks,
that's why I
Paddy.
let him win.
Thanks,
And,
Stroke
and he
the
did.
ego.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So, Rob, what's it like working with Paddy compared to winning Dancing with the Stars? And
Oh.
do you still have those gold hot pants?
The guy-
Yes, he does have
maybe-
them.
Has Paddy seen them?
They may be tucked away in a cupboard somewhere. I've got some spray-on
Spray tan?
vinyl pants as well. No, the spray tan, that was part of it as well. Spray tan. I had spray tanned, I got waxed, I got everything. It wasn't wax, actually. It was Nair. It's like a hair removal cream.
Still
Unbelie-
uses it till today.
You wouldn't want to leave that stuff on your skin for too long if it eats hair like that. Imagine. But look, working with Paddy compared to Dancing with the Stars, that was 10 intense weeks. Yeah. This has been 3 years of the same intensity. I'm not sure how long I'm going to last.
So there's no gold hot pants at the breakfast rate at the.
No, I don't think I'll be
barbecue.
busting those out. That was 15 kilos ago.
I think it was about 50 kilos
mate,
ago.
Tell you what, I dropped half my body weight doing that dancing.
Dancing's intense.
Yeah, to do a tango, I spent a week in a squat. Yeah, because my dance partner was quite short. You had to get down there. She only weighed 50 kilos, so it was like throwing a ball in the air.
Yeah.
And, up, shoom, shoom. But you had to rely on your partner a lot. And so there's a big difference, where, I can't really rely on Paddy for much at all except to bury me. He buries me at every opportunity.
That is a lie. Once again, he's on it. He's absolutely on it.
No, I had a dance partner that carried me, and now I've got a radio partner that carries me as well. So I'm very grateful.
Thank you, mate.
Thinking of berries, I think I see the best berry I've seen was the John Paul Young berry. That was pretty. That was something.
Fabulous.
You know what? We had one crack at that because, and that all started. Steve, who's got Tumby Tyres, JPY actually wrote that the jingle. Yeah, for Tumby Tyres. He actually wrote
Don't
that.
sing it, please, God. Don't
But
sing it.
anyway, and we did speak to JPY about it, and he said that in that time, like you're saying with COVID, everything's sort of shut down, and even especially for singers in the music industry, just stopped. So they had to do something else, and he said, "Okay, well, I'll go into writing jingles." So we did that one from Steve for Tumby Tyres, and anyway, we're just having a bit of a chat. And then we thought, what would be a good idea? How about we change the words to John Paul Young's Love Is in the Air, to COVID's in the Air. And anyway, so then we organised through Steve from Tumby Tyres, for JPY. We then had to produce that song.
This is all Gerard and our producer doing this behind my back.
And so we did that. We
Set it
organised
up.
with John Paul Young. Listen, what we're going to do, we're going to do an interview about, about the jingle, about how COVID's affected the music industry. But we've got this song, send it to him. This is what we're going to do. Yeah, no worries. But then you have to lampoon Rob and it was so funny. But what happened?
He went so hard, I thought, oh, no.
So I said to JPY, just attack Rob, don't attack me.
Yeah.
But then what happened? He attacked both of us. And he said, how dare you blokes, blah, blah, blah. So I had to play along as I didn't know. And then
and
poor
how dare
Rob-
you blokes as being very polite. Like it
He
was,
looks very worried.
oh, mate.
He looks very worried.
Look,
on
this
that
is John
video.
Paul Young, and we have really overstepped it here. I don't know what we're going to do.
And so Rob took his headphones off, wanting to walk out of the room, just
I
going,
thought,
no, bye, waving,
no way.
no,
There's
that's
only
it.
so many F-bombs I can cope with before I say, I'm out of here. You can have your...
And he was so good. He was such a good sport to play along. So he was great. It was really. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that.
It was good to watch.
Yeah, it was a good
to watch.
stitch up. It was a good stitch up.
You got such an amazing relationship, and this is proven here, right, in the studio. Do we see you two out on the street together anywhere? Socialising?
We're going out for lunch today.
Yeah, we are.
For the first time in 6 months.
There you go.
No, it's really hard because, like, Rob's got young kids. You've got 3 kids. I've got the kids at home. Rob enjoys, and this is probably the beauty of it. Rob enjoys golf. I can't stand it. I enjoy going to the gym. He can't stand that.
He won't go in the ocean. I love going out for a surf. Like, there's so much stuff.
I did
I
go,
know.
I did go
When?
swimming once.
When?
I did. It was a while ago because the water's too cold here compared to Queensland.
Yeah, right.
But no, and that's what is really a beauty about it because you lead separate lives. So then you can able to come in. If we're each doing in each other's pockets, you wouldn't have all different stories and to tell.
The thing is, I find that we are very, very similar in a lot of ways. I guess I don't know. We can chat off air and really agree on stuff, but then also we have polar opposite situations.
Yep.
But we're cast out of the same cloth. It's kind of weird. And that helps, I think. It helps any relationship where you got those differences, but you also can gel on stuff that counts.
Yeah.
And you don't because someone has a difference of opinion, it doesn't mean they're a bad person. You know, some people go if someone's of this religious persuasion or political persuasion, they don't. Oh, no, I'm not going to talk to them and you hold something against them. No. And we have different views on a lot of things, but you respect that view and you listen.
I can still call him a half-wit for his opinions, and he doesn't hate me for it.
And take his hand on the way out. Yeah.
But we do, because of work, we are doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
And we're here all morning and then as we do have to go out for lunch today.
We are having a lunch. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we are doing that.
good.
And there are different things that we go to, but on the weekend, because you're so busy, you each lead your own life. And I wouldn't want it any other way. Hey, seriously. You don't want to be living in each other's pockets. And I don't know too many people who are doing duos that do that because, and if you did, you'd just go, we do call each other nearly every day and text.
There's a lot of texting going on, but that's sort of...
And emails.
Just stuff that sort of helps
we
us
do.
the following day.
Yeah. We do contact each other most days. And then, and we do via the phone or text or email, whatever. Not that he reads any of them. So
I'm not sure. I've got about 5,500 emails in my work inbox that are unread.
Wow.
Yours are lost in
I know, it's a little embarrassing. But Paddy reads them, so if there's something
just
I
pass
need
it
to
on.
know, he tells
He
me.
lets you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we watched a couple of your videos. So Paddy, we saw you racing a billy cart, and then we saw Rob you flying down the street on a skateboard. Is there a chance for a billy cart skateboard
No.
take off?
Oh, no, unless I was in bubble wrap. Because honestly,
The
I
Billy
You came off.
I came off. I came off.
Taught
And-
himself a new one.
Seriously, and the only reason I didn't sue was because it was a charity. Because my shoulder was gone. It was so sore for months and months and months, and I just went, "Oh, this is stupid." So never again.
I saw a friend my age get on a skateboard, one of those carving boards, and he went down a hill that was slightly too steep. It was a little bit wet, and he's taken the bottom corner, and this thing, it's just slipped out from under him. I saw him bounce, and he went black from his backside through his front side. His midriff was black for about 3 weeks.
Yeah, you got to be
Because
smart.
he bounced hard, and I'm not doing that. No way.
Ruled out. Ruled out. Done.
Not even for charity?
Oh no, no! As I said, I
Happy
would
to
have
pump a
sued.
skateboard on the flat, but no, I'm not going down any hills.
Oh, goodness. So your day at the reptile park with zookeeper Dan, we worked out a couple of things, and that's Rob not too keen on spiders.
No, I don't
Paddy
like
not too
talking
keen
about
on
them, to be honest.
snakes.
I hate snakes.
Yeah.
Absolutely hate. But he's more
knowing-
fearful. He's
Yeah.
arachnophobic to the nth degree, aren't you?
Yeah,
Really bad.
Well, let's not carry on about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say.
Don't touch me
since
for the
knowing
next
that-
5 minutes, please.
That's right. Has there ever been any sort of,
No, that's my
jokes
that's
or
my
anything.
deal
Practical
breaker.
jokes.
If he brings a spider into the studio at any stage, I'm leaving for the day.
But I had to be careful with the old boy because he had a neck operation. And after that, I had to be very, very, very... I had to treat him with kid gloves because there was one time...
We came in. This is this Halloween.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
good on
don't
you.
even think it was Halloween.
No, yeah, I think it was.
Was it? I don't know.
Well, it
whether
might have been. Anyway, I've come into work. It's 4:15 in the morning, and I'm walking through. You know, like you go, "Hey, Paddy, how you going?" He goes, "Oh, good, mate." He goes, "Oh, just
go to the toilet.
And he goes in, and instead of, he didn't go to the toilet. He'd been in half an hour earlier putting together a skeleton that he's hid next to the toilet door. So as I'm just sort of, no one else is in the building. It's just the two of us. And I'm walking through the office desks, past everyone to where our desks are. And then as I pass the door to the toilet, it just comes out of nowhere, this skeleton. Like that. And I've
And he
never-
shied himself. And because I had my phone back
Oh, and he was
filming it.
filming it.
And
Oh, God.
so it's on Triple M Central Coast Instagram. You can search for it. But gee, it was funny. But
No, it
because of his neck, I've got to watch him now. I can't be too harsh on him.
Too much jolting.
Yeah.
No, my neck's good. It's in good shape.
Yeah, very much so.
Perfect. It's waiting for Paul Gallen.
Oh, the fight with Gallen versus Palmer. You know what? I could promote that.
You'll keep.
Yeah. All right, so you guys are going into your third year on air together. What do you love most about working together, and what do you guys want to see more of in the future?
Oh, we laugh every day. Honestly, from the time we do, and we go, we laugh every morning. And today we just, and no matter, whether it's we're laughing at Rob or laughing at me, taking the mickey, you laugh every day. You absolutely laugh, and we just say how good it is to have this job every single day, and you get paid for it. And I've always said, if you don't like your job, go and find something that you really do. And that's why I said to our kids, find something you want.
You love.
And then, and
It's easy to say. It's hard to do, though, sometimes.
What's that?
To get out of a job you don't like and do
Oh,
something
no.
you do like.
Oh,
That
yeah,
can
yeah.
be tough.
Oh, yeah, but if
I'm not saying our job's hard.
Yeah. But what I'm saying, I was trying to be philosophical here, pal.
Come on, leave it at the door.
But yes, and because he's honoured working with me, he must think and probably will say it's a blessing.
I know. For a man that looks as simple as he does, he's actually really very clever. He gets that desk has a lot of buttons, and we can have a conversation. Mid-conversation, he'll not only find what we're talking about and bring facts and figures to it, but he'll also then find a sound that suits the conversation, that suits what's on the online on the computer, and it all gets put together whilst talking to someone about something, maintaining an interest and attention, but also combining these sound effects that go with it to make the radio show sound like a theatre. And I don't know how he does it. And it's not often I'll give him a compliment, but that is, mate, it's an amazing talent you have to be able to do that stuff.
Thank you, my good friend. Thank you.
We've got that recorded too now, so if you need that later.
When he goes in and complains to me about
Yeah.
at the boss, to the boss. Yeah, no, he wouldn't do it. Would you do that? No, of course you
No,
wouldn't.
not at all.
Not
I was
at
going
all.
to say something else kind, but
Oh, no, say it, please.
No,
No, don't say it.
you've had enough.
No, but it is absolute fun. We have an absolute joy. It's joyous coming to work, seriously, isn't it, mate?
Yeah,
It is.
every day's a laugh,
Yeah.
which is, we're pretty grateful for that.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's good to have you. So you've both been part of a rebrand from 2GO to Triple M, and then Triple M's 50th birthday celebrations last year. These are massive milestones to celebrate for the station itself. What other exciting events do you know that are coming up for Triple M?
Wow.
Can you talk about
him?
Got
Thank
no,
you.
I got no idea. What is? Do you know something?
Yeah,
Oh!
about that. Yeah, but we can't. It hasn't been announced yet.
Yeah, see, no, we can't. We can't tell you because then.
Yes, it
Yeah.
would be because there are a few final details, which is quite. Yes, that's
It's a lot of fun.
There's fun stuff.
It's fun
We've
stuff.
been left on a knife's edge.
Yeah.
We've been left on a knife's
Fun
edge.
they would murder us if we told. Honestly.
Probably you more so than me.
Yeah, more so.
They told us you could. They said
Oh, did they really?
Did they say that?
No, but it will be fun. It will be fun. What's coming up?
No, we
in
look
the
forward
next
to
couple
it.
of
We
weeks.
very
Yeah.
much look forward to it.
Yeah, thank you, mate.
Awesome. Look, thank you so much, Paddy and Rob, for your time today. Everyone be sure to tune in between 5:30 and 9 a.m. weekdays to catch Paddy and Rob Palmer on the Coast-owned 107.7 Triple N. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you,
Tansy.
Tansy.
Mate, you've
Thanks,
been
Luke.
amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
That was